Hi, ladies and gents. So, as we wrap up adaptations, whether it's a plant or if it's an animal, you will be doing a Google Slide in class project. It shouldn't take you extremely long. It should be meant to be fun, engaging, do some research, pick and choose what interests you. Okay. So, your teacher will share with you this Google Doc. Okay. I'm going to go through the directions, and we should be Google Slide experts because of this school year, right? So ultimately, you will be creating a Google Slide presentation about plants and animals and their adaptations. Okay. Remember, you will be asked in slide 1 to follow specifically the directions. Okay. So slide 1 is specifically saying you are going to define what are adaptations. So maybe at the top of your slide, you're going to have the vocabulary word here, adaptation, at the top. Okay. Then below the words, you're going to define it. Then on that same slide, you're going to tell specific types of adaptations. So we learned last week that there's behavioral and there's structural adaptations, okay? So maybe on this slide, slide 1, you're going to have behavioral on one side and then structural on the other. And it's okay. You can be creative. Maybe you want to say, you know what, Mrs. Krieger, I want one slide on behavioral and one on structural. That is okay too. So slide 1, vocabulary word, adaptation. You're going to define it below. Then again, define behavioral and structural. Again, if you want to do 2 separate slides, that's okay. And also create or either draw or include an image from the internet on an example of behavioral or structural. Okay. We did some past examples. So try to come up with one that I didn't have in a previous Google slide. Okay. Slide 2. It's specifically telling you what to include in slide 2. You are going to choose an animal of your choice. Any habitat you want. It could be from deer to antelope to zebras, any habitats, an animal that you are passionate about. You are going to include a picture of your animal on slide 2, and then information, and that information is specifically adaptations that animal has in order to survive. Boys and girls, animals have more than one adaptation. Okay, think about us human beings, okay? We talked about in a previous Google slide. Maybe in the winter, I put on a winter jacket, right, to adapt. Summertime, bathing suit season, right? Also, naturally, human beings have hair on their arms, our body to keep us warm because we're mammals. So again, choose an animal and tell us specific adaptations that animal has. Always welcome to include images as well. Okay, and we can't forget about our lovely plants because they are living organisms as well. So slide 3, you're going to choose a plant of your choice. And again, same thing you did in slide 2, include physical and behavioral adaptations. Okay, so we read about in our science books recently specific trees that have waxy coatings to protect them in case there's a forest fire. Or maybe think about cactus. Okay, we're all kind of familiar with cactus and how they are able to transport water during that harsh, warm days in the desert. So think about a plant maybe you're interested in, include an image and behavioral and structural adaptations. You will have to do some research, okay? And then I'll meet up to finish the rest of your expectations. Make sure when you're doing a Google slide, ladies and gents, I'm not focused at the beginning so much on images and font. Get your information done first. Maybe have a notebook out that you're writing notes before you input it in your Google slide. Okay, I'll meet up with you shortly.